is the video I'm making to anybody who has sent me an abusive message, or any active reps who are ashamed of the way that they've behaved or that they are behaving, or any reps that fear speaking out because they think that they've done stuff in their MLM that they could be outed for. Like, oh look, I've got all these screenshots, I can prove that you did loads of bullying. I want to tell you that I personally don't hold you responsible for anything that you said or did when you were deep in your MLM. I don't hold you responsible for a single thing. I don't hold you responsible for any of the abusive comments that you make to me, any of the abusive messages you send to me, and I probably won't even remember that it was you who sent messages if you ever get in contact with me. I won't remember that you ever sent me an abusive message because I get loads. I won't remember if you put a comment on my YouTube because I get loads. The reason I'm saying this is because I was contacted over the weekend by a lady who she sent a really humbling message to me, heartbreaking as well. And this is a lady who had been in contact with me in February and sent me an abusive message. It was abusive, and it was telling me I was wrong about everything. Now I just want to say, I didn't know that the extent of the abusive message that this lady had sent to me because I never read it in its entirety. It was a big long message, and she put a few comments on my YouTube telling me I was wrong about stuff. And as soon as I can see where the message is going, I don't bother reading it. So just delete it or straight to spam folder. Usually to spam folder. Anyway, so she'd come back to me and she'd apologised for the abusive message, and she'd said, I'm going to read out her story in a minute. But what really made me want to make this video is that she said to me that she'd wanted to reach out for a while, but she was afraid that I would be cross with her, that I wouldn't be receptive to her reaching out because of the stuff that she said to me, that the horrible things that she said to me, and she was worried. And when I said to her that I didn't hold her responsible, and that I didn't have a problem with anything she'd said to me when she was deep in her MLM, she felt like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders, and she was so happy that I'd said these things to her and that I wasn't cross with her. It made me think, well, how many other people have sent me messages like this? And they've wanted to leave their MLM, or they've wanted to join our group, or they've wanted to be in touch with me, but they've thought that because they'd sent me this abusiveness in the past, that I'd be angry with them and I wouldn't want to know, and I'd, And it couldn't be further from the truth. It could not be further from the truth, right? As far as I'm concerned, if you're in an MLM now, you're a victim of a cult and you're a victim of a scam. Right, you're losing money. If you're in the 99%, you are at very, very best earning zero. You're earning nothing. And you're surrounded by fake people who are also victims like you, by the way. And you are in a highly toxic environment. And if you're like everybody I speak to, your anxiety levels will be through the absolute roof. Right? And when you watch people like me or whoever else making content that contradicts everything that you've been told and tells you that you're wasting your time and that this entire thing is completely ridiculous, you're going to get angry with me. You're going to see that as somebody I'm trying to take your dream away from you. I'm trying to take your kid's future away. Because you've been told if you work hard enough, you're going to get there. And I'm telling you that there's nothing you can do to change your situation. Well, there is things you could do to change your situation, but it doesn't include joining a multi-level marketing company, right? That's how you're going to make your situation 100 times worse. Now, I'm going to read this lady's story that she sent me because she wants a voice. She's going to remain anonymous. She did post this also in the group. But I want to reiterate, this is a woman who, in February, was telling me I was wrong about everything. Now, this isn't an I told you so thing. This is a me saying that if you're having doubts in your mind about anything that you're bashing down and you want to keep telling me I'm wrong about everything, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because I know I'm not wrong about everything, because I know there's a 99% failure rate, and I know that the chances are if you're getting angry with me, If you're getting cross with me and you're being abusive towards me, it's because you're in one of the worst situations you've ever been in, right? You're surrounded by toxic people and your anxiety levels are through the roof. Right. My story. Back in 2019, I joined a company called Level. They're primarily based in the USA. They're a weight loss and nutrition company. It was free to join. The fast start bonuses seemed amazing, and so did the compensation plan. I thought I had nothing to lose. So I joined. I started posting multiple times a day, messaging everyone I knew, followed the tips and guidance from my upline. I did everything I should have been doing. I didn't get any sales in my first month. Shortly after that, my mum ordered something from me. A pity sale. I was over the moon. I thought now I had my first order, I would be accepted into the community. I wasn't. And I only made £1.80. That was the only sale I ever had. Shortly after Christmas, I made the decision to move to another company, TS Life. I joined this company with fire in my belly, desperate to make it work. And for a while, it did. I earned an extra £300 to £400 per month. It was amazing while it lasted. Then it became harder and harder to sell and recruit. And then COVID hit, which made deliveries take 3+ weeks, caused nearly all of the products to be out of stock. There were literally 2 products in stock at one point, and they were the ones that nobody bought. The leaders and the CEO, who is Caius Hale, carried on pushing and pushing for everyone to work harder, even though it was impossible. Things kept getting worse. Customers were complaining because of the unprecedented delivery times and were thinking they'd been scammed as they hadn't received their items. Some actually filed disputes with their bank's fraud team, and one even went to the police. It was awful. There was no support from Caius Hale. The only thing he did was to offer any kind of support was to offer us a 5% discount on selected products for 2 hours. Thanks, pal. From then on, I slowly started to back further and further away until I quit completely. The toxic environment took its toll on me, and I couldn't handle it anymore. The overpriced products that were so hard to sell, the pressure and the disproportionate money that I was earning got too much. Shortly after that, I joined FM World. I had a really slow start with them, but after a few months, I rocketed. Orders were coming in left, right and centre, and I was loving it. I thought it would mean I was accepted into the group and valued as a business partner, but I wasn't, because it didn't last. I was told time after time that all I had to do was work harder and harder, despite me already spending 16 to 18 hours a day trying to make it work. I did everything I was told. I did everything I could. The DMO, which is their list of things they have to do every day, the building relationships, the buy and sell groups, the wording, the posts, everything. And it didn't work. But I was made to believe that it was me that wasn't enough, that it was me who was a failure, that it was me who was a disappointment. I was cast aside and forgotten about because I was struggling. Recently I left FM World because I've realised how impossible it is to succeed in MLM. I have tried and tried, but it got me nowhere. I have given it everything I've got. It doesn't work. Don't waste your time, effort and money. The strain that these companies put on me and my mental health just wasn't worth it. I would have panic attacks and experience a decline in my depression because of the pressure and constantly being pushed to do more. I barely slept. I wasted so much time. I missed out on time with loved ones, ironically, and I was miserable. I was made to feel like a failure, like I wasn't good enough, like I had let myself and others down. Please, don't fall for the MLM scam. It's just not worth it. If there are any petitions I can sign, letters I can write, or anything I can do to support the movement, I'm more than happy to do so. Please, please, Do your research, because anyone who does won't join. That was sent from Anonymous. So she goes through the 3 MLM companies that she was drawn into. Because what typically tends to happen is that people will do one multi-level marketing company. It won't work out. And then other people from other companies will be saying, well, everyone knows that one doesn't work. Come and join TS Life. In TS Life, it's really new. These products are amazing. We're earning loads of money. Come and join TS Life. Join me and you'll start earning money too. So they'll jump over. And everyone will tell them how amazing they are. They'll get that buzz that they got at the beginning when they were being drawn in, when she was being drawn into Level. But that doesn't last. It never lasts because they haven't got time. They haven't got time to keep on love bombing the same person because they have to get others in. They have to get others in. So once they've got them in from love bombing them and telling them how amazing they are and how amazing their life's going to be, once they've got them in, then they have to put the onus on that person if they fail. It's your fault if you fail. You're not working hard enough. Look, well, none of us are failing. So if you're failing, then it's because something you're doing. How come we're not all failing? If you know we're doing everything. So it will go to, and they will constantly want that approval again. They will constantly want that love again. So they start buying their own products. Right? They start buying their own products to meet promotions, and that's how they start losing money. Now, if you get into a company early, like what happened with this lady with TS Life and FM World, and not a lot of people know about these products, there's always going to be a small niche market of people who will buy the overpriced products, right? But with anything, it's a case of supply and demand, right? If you have the right amount of supply, the right amount of demand, people can earn money, right? It's when the supply is greater than the demand, so the supply of these goods is greater than the amount of people who actually want to buy them. And that always happens with multi-level marketing, because you're recruiting your own competition, you're recruiting your own sellers. So early on, when the supply met the demand, this lady was able to sell to people. She was able, of all of the people she knew, and putting it on social media in buy and sell groups, and potentially, even eBay if she had the courage. There's people that want to buy these weight loss products that you can sell to people. But when you recruit, or when 50 more are recruited in your area on the social media doing all the same things as you, the supply becomes greater. And the demand cannot meet it, so you cannot earn money unless you buy stuff yourself. You can't. And all these people that got in early and that they claim and they can show this evidence of selling it, it only takes a month or so to recruit 1,000 more people, and then you've got 1,000 more people selling the same thing as you. You can't make a profit off it anymore. All you can then do is recruit, and you recruit those people by telling those people the lie that they can earn a good living out of this. That, look, you did it. I'm earning £300 to £400 a month. It works. It works. You tell that to 20 people and they believe it, and then they all get in. It's not possible anymore. It's just not possible. McDonald's wouldn't make a profit if there was 10 in one street. Which one do you go in? There's not enough people want to go to McDonald's. They have to spread it out. They can't meet their overheads, Even the most in-demand things. And we see with the case of FM World, right? FM World has a product that actually people did want to buy. They had their perfume. I mean, even if they get insulted when you call it knockoff perfume. Knockoff perfume, people will buy it. People will buy knockoff goods. If they smell legit or if they look legit, they'll buy it. So if you've got perfume, right, that's made professionally, it's not made in somebody's bedroom. If you've got a perfume that's made in a factory, that's, it's kind of professionally made fake perfume, there's going to be a market for that. And there was a market. And in fact, we've got loads of companies. They've got the Essence Vault. There's loads cropping up now because there is such a demand for this stuff. Unfortunately, there isn't enough demand for the thousands and thousands and thousands of distributors that joined FM World last year and wanted to sell it, just not at the demand. And then once they've all piled in and they can't sell anything, they also can't recruit, because everyone, towards the end of last year, I would say everyone that ever wanted to be recruited into FM World in the UK got recruited already. And that's why we see the decline this year. There are more people now leaving in the UK, of course. Other places in the world they've just entered, so I can't speak for that. But in the UK, there are now more people leaving FM World than there are joining. And that means that FM World has gone into decline in the UK, which was always going to happen because it entered hype phase sort of last year, summer, autumn hype phase. And it always is followed by decline. And that's why people are leaving. And that's why they call it a business model. It's not really a business, it's just a scam model. It can't ever work long term. Even if you're selling well, you get into a multi-level marketing company, you're like, wow, I can sell these products. If they're good products, right? If they're genuinely good products, good value for money, everyone's going to eventually pile on, start selling it, and you're in a saturated market. And you won't be able to sell it to anyone then. So it never can work. It can't work. You have a good product, good value for money, everyone jumps in. You have a rubbish product, crappy value for money, nobody wants to join it anyway, and then you end up having to buy it all yourself anyway. It can never work. If these companies worked, if people could make a decent living, right, from these products, they wouldn't need to do a multi-level marketing model. They would just do affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is like what Avon used to be before 2005, where you have you have a direct agreement with a company where you will sell a company's product, you will take 20% commission. There's no upline, there's no downline, there's no sideline. It's just you and the company, right? And whatever you sell, it could be whatever percentage of that product the company wants to give you as an affiliate, right? That's what affiliate marketing is. You can put your affiliate link on your profile. It's like, use my link, you might get a 10% discount, and I'll earn some money. Right? That's affiliate marketing. If this worked, they would pursue affiliate marketing models. There's not enough demand. There's not enough demand and if there is enough demand, it becomes oversaturated, and then it goes into decline. So that's where we are. These are cults, right? It's the only way they keep people in. They're cults, and they keep you desperate for that approval again. You buy in yourself and you start losing money. You try to meet promotions, pressure from uplines, and eventually nearly everyone loses money. All costs considered, you will lose money, right? And I don't want that to happen to anyone. And I don't care if you've got angry with me or you've called me every name under the sun. I really don't care, because that wasn't you who did that. You didn't get angry with me. You didn't call me every name under the sun. The cult trapped in a cult version of you did that, not you. And that's why I don't hold you responsible. I don't think you need to be accountable, right? There is a support group available to you. We are protesting in the summer. We are bringing this to the mainstream, right? We are getting this business model outlawed in the UK. This is what's happening now. Once everybody knows about it in the way that myself and others have found out about it, there will be outrage in this country. There is already absolute outrage taking place with the small amount of people who are learning the true nature of this, the true nature of multi-level marketing, right? This is not an innocent sales job. You are in a cult. If you're in multi-level marketing, you're in a cult. If you think it's amazing, even though your anxiety levels are through the roof and you're losing money, it's because you've been brainwashed into believing that something that is completely illogical is positive, right? Nothing is good about this. Nothing. And if you are in the 1% and you are earning money, understand that you do so on the basis of the 99% beneath you losing money, right? It's hard to get your head around that. It's hard to accept that if you're making amounts of money that you never dreamed possible because you got into something early. You don't want to lose that money. You don't want to lose that money. And I get it, you don't want to lose that money, right? But make sure you remind yourself how you earn that money, right? It's a lot of money for some of you. I know it is. The days are numbered of multi-level marketing now. Please make arrangements for yourselves, because this won't go on much longer. It won't go on. People will not be able to make eye-watering amounts of money off the most vulnerable people in society losing money soon. That's what's happening. And that's where we're going with this. We don't go away until the business model does. Till next time.